So the next slide focuses on our recommendations. And our report contains recommendations for both national and state-level policymakers to assist them in incorporating some of the promising practices and reducing barriers faced by low-income women. We know that policymakers can create new legislation and strengthen existing tools to ensure that low-income mothers receive the training and education they need to get good jobs, to achieve long-term economic stability, and really long-term economic prosperity, which is a goal that we really think we need to be working towards. So in the coming months, the barriers to employment that are faced by low-income women should really specifically be at the center of efforts to improve the Workforce Investment Act as well as temporary assistance to needy families. And we also really need to be proactively working to create other job-focused policies. So I don't have time to go into full detail now, but let me call your attention to just a few items. The Women's Economic Security Campaign Leadership is recommending the following policy changes for the Workforce Investment Act. We think that we need increased funding for transitional jobs programs, which combine on-the-job work experience with an array of support services to help participants overcome the barriers to employment that they're experiencing. And so we think that Congress should support the Obama administration's request for a $40 million for a transitional jobs demonstration project as part of the fiscal year 2011 budget. The second thing that we're recommending that related to the Workforce Investment Act is to eliminate Workforce Investment Act sequence of services, which encourage local workforce boards to provide training, assessment, and job placement in a specific sequence. So this kind of sequencing limits program providers' ability to offer training and other simultaneously, to otherwise simultaneously move unemployed and underemployed workers to good jobs more quickly. We also think that we need to strengthen career pathways, as I was mentioning earlier, and policymakers should expand access to workforce education and training for all workers by better aligning adult basic education, job training, and higher education systems to create pathways to post-secondary education for people who continue to work to support their families. And to accomplish this, grants to states should be part of these reforms. Changes to TANF, or Temporary Assistance to Needy Families, should focus on providing low-income mothers with the education and training they need to find and really keep family-supporting jobs with career potentials. We're recommending the following reforms, which include extending TANF emergency funds. So Congress should extend the grant funding, the ERA grant funding, through 2012, and we strongly encourage states to use this as an opportunity to get more low-income women into the workplace and obtain work-related skills. We're also encouraging the use of TANF emergency funds. So currently, 38 states are currently using TANF emergency funds, and we really encourage policymakers to make this advantage available to more states, and that more states should take advantage of the special opportunity to help low-income women get on-the-job training. We're recommending promoting education and training, which really means that the TANF program rules should eliminate the work-first focus and ensure that women can get additional education and training while receiving income support and job counseling. TANF recipients should not be penalized for seeking education and training to improve their economic security. We are recommending developing career ladders. So Congress and the Obama administration, we think, should require states to set aside TANF funding specifically for developing job ladders, which help low-income workers identify career goals, create a training and employment plan, and advance from entry-level to more advanced positions. We want to improve access so that policymakers should really ensure that public benefits, including TANF, are easily accessible to low-income women by increasing public outreach and reducing unnecessary paperwork and expanding enrollment locations. We think that policymakers should really consider other key job creation initiatives that create jobs for low-income people, and we think that Congress should pass and President Obama should sign the Local Jobs for America Act, which really prioritizes creating or saving at least 1 million jobs, and this initiative authorizes $100 billion over 2 years for really 3 purposes: preserving state and local government jobs, creating local government jobs, and creating jobs in the nonprofit sector. And then finally, we think creating more opportunities in non-traditional careers is really important. And there are 2 bills before Congress that could substantially help low-income women access training and support to succeed in non-traditional careers. And we are recommending that President Obama should support and Congress should pass the Pathways Advancing Career Training Act, also known as PACT, which authorizes $95 million in matching grants to states to help single parents, displaced homemakers, and those pursuing non-traditional careers to access training, support services, pre-apprenticeship assistance, tuition assistance, and other services that they really need to succeed. So I think I'll end there with the recommendations and just turn it back over to Jennifer to introduce our community partners.